हेलो एभ्रिवान सबैजनालाई गुड मर्निङ, गुड आफ्टरनुन एन्ड गुड इभिनिङ। तपाईँहरू मलाई संसारको जुनै पनि कुनाबाट लाइभ अथवा रिप्ले हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर यर टाइम। र आज म फेरि लाइभ आएको छु बिकज मैले हाम्रो टिममा चाहिँ 21 डेजको यो बुक रिडिङ च्यालेन्ज भइरहेको छ र त्यसरी नै मैले हिजोबाट चाहिँ यो च्यालेन्ज स्टार्ट गरेको छु र फर द फर्स्ट टाइम मलाई हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ म मेरो आफ्नो परिचयबाट सुरु गर्न चाहन्छु। फेरि पनि हेलो एभ्रिवान, मेरो नाम चाहिँ रिना दवाडी, म ललितपुर नेपालबाट र मेरो प्रोफेसनको कुरा गर्नुपर्दा चाहिँ म फर्मर डेन्टल हाइजिनिस्ट र पब्लिक हेल्थ वर्कर हो र अहिले चाहिँ म एज अ होम मेकर प्लस यो अमेजिङ अनलाइन बिजनेसमा चाहिँ आबद्ध छु र म चाहिँ एज अ अनलाइन बिजनेस मेन्टरको रूपमा चाहिँ होइन यो बिजनेस गरिरहेको छु। तपाईँहरूलाई पनि यो बिजनेसको बारेमा जान्न मन छ, बुझ्न मन छ भने चाहिँ मलाई मेसेज गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। अनि फर्दर डिटेलको लागि चाहिँ मसँग कनेक्ट हुनुभयो भने आई विल बी ह्याप्पी टु सेयर यु है त। सो मैले चाहिँ पढिरहेको बुक चाहिँ यो हो, म स्लाइड देखाउँछु है। सो यो चाहिँ हो मैले पढिरहेको बुक 21 डिस्टिङसन्स अफ वेल्थ भनेर छ। यो चाहिँ हाम्रो टिममा दिनुभएको छ अगस्त महिनाको च्यालेन्ज होइन। अनि यो बुकले चाहिँ एकदम धेरै राम्रो रिभ्युजहरू पाइरहेको छ र हाम्रो ट्रेनिङमा पनि यो बुक रिकमेन्ड गरिएको छ। अनि त्यो भएको हुनाले चाहिँ अब आफ्नो यो बिजनेसमा त नट ओन्ली बिजनेस होइन, आफ्नो डेभलपमेन्ट पर्सनल ग्रोथको पनि कति धेरै कुरा आउँछ र यो बुकहरू यसरी पढ्नुको लागि चाहिँ आफ्नो लागि पनि पर्सनल डेभलपमेन्ट पर्सनल ग्रोथ होस् भनेर चाहिँ हामीलाई होइन यसरी गाइड गरिरहेको हुन्छ क्या हाम्रो कोचेस मेन्टरहरूले होइन। सो आई एम सो मच ह्याप्पी एन्ड ब्लेस्ड म यो टिमको पार्ट हुन पाउँदा होइन। किनभने वी नट ओन्ली टक अबाउट बिजनेस बिजनेस मात्रै कुरा हुँदैन कि होइन, हाम्रो आफ्नो ग्रोथ कसरी हुन्छ भन्ने कुराहरू पनि धेरैहरू कुराहरू हुन्छ होइन। सो फर्दर विदाउट फर्दर डिले म फेरि यो आजको हाम्रो डे 2 को चाहिँ डे 2 को मेरो टपिकमा जान चाहन्छु है। सो डिस्टिङसन्स 2 मा चाहिँ रहेको छ द विलिङनेस टु गिभ इट अल अप लिड्स टु ह्याभिङ इट अल भन्ने टपिक छ होइन। सो आई एम गोइङ टु रिड इट। When I first heard Deepak Chopra talk about this distinctions of wealth, I could not imagine how it might be true. I would worked very hard for my money and for all that I owned. I was a single mother with no college education, yet I had a lovely house, a nice car, flourishing consulting business, and money in the bank. How could I possibly give it all up? And why should I? Then my business took a downturn, which is part of the natural cycle of wealth. Prosperity is like nature because it has several seasons. There's a time for planting, for tending our garden, for harvesting all that we have grown, and for rest and reflecting as we prepare for another period of growth. I became scared and resistant this winter time. I didn't trust its quietness or see that it was providing me with an opportunity for indulging in the creative process and planning my spring's garden. I didn't want quiet. I wanted to be very busy and distracted by lots and lots of work and trips to the bank to deposit my hefty paycheck. I longed to watch my business grow upward at a non-stop rapid pace, generating more and more and more money. The thought of having no income made me feel very anxious. I had a little boy to support. I had an assistant who depended on me for her income, and I would paid her more in the previous year than I would been able to pay myself in salary. My finances were dwelling, and I was terrified. My fear told my mind, work harder. I figured that if I put my head down and spend hours upon hours at the office, I could pull myself out of the finances. Whole Out of the finances hole I was digging. In the meantime, I would bring myself to pull back on my spending. If I I felt that if I did, it would be a reminder that I didn't have the money I usually had, and that would spin me into a new spiral of panic as I started creating negative thoughts about my ability to turn my financial situation around. I was overspeeding out of fear and lack. That one day, then one day, I listened to a Deepak Chopra audio tape and heard him say that to have it all, you have to be willing to give it up all. Although I would hear this tape before and I still didn't understand exactly what he meant. Now I was so frazzled and worried by my situation that I started thinking more about what he was saying. Somehow I sensed that it was important to take in his wisdom and try to apply it into my life. The more I pondered what he would said, the more I began to understand these distinctions of wealth. My fear of losing what I had was driving my frantic scrambling to bring in business. I came to realize that if I could let go the fear and trust that money could come in, I could open myself up to a range of positive emotion that would help me create the wealth I desired. I have always known that emotions are enormously powerful, and I was starting to understand that positive ones have the power to put us back on the track to being creative, flexible, confident, and open to the new possibilities that we might be missing. I certainly wasn't in a creative state of mind with so much fear swirling around inside me होइन सो उहाँले चाहिँ के भन्नुभएको छ भने हामीले आफ्नो होइन जति पनि फियरहरू को बारेमा हामीले जति नै भनौँ न त्यो सोचिरहेको हुन्छौँ नेगेटिभ थट्सहरू लिएर आइरहेको हुन्छौँ त्यति नै हामीले चाहिँ त्यो हुन्छ नि यो एबन्डेन्सहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले टाढा टाढा धकालिरहेको हुन्छौँ होइन सो यो भनेर चाहिँ भन्नुभएको छ होइन सो अर्कोमा चाहिँ आई बिगेन टु इमेजिन वाट आई माइट बी एबल टु manifest if I let go of my fear of losing it all and I concentrated on creative positive emotion होइन सो उहाँले चाहिँ पछि इमेजिन गर्न थाल्नुभयो अरे किन मेनिफेस्टेसन हुन्छ नि गर्नलाई चाहिँ हामीले त्यो फियर अफ लुजिङ इट अललाई चाहिँ लेट इट गो गर्नुभयो होइन एन्ड देन उहाँले चाहिँ त्यो कन्सन्ट्रेसनलाई चाहिँ पोजिटिभ इमोसनमा चाहिँ डाइभर्ट गर्नलाई चाहिँ सफल हुनुभयो होइन सो आई कुड बिगेन to have faith and confidence. I was able to experience strangling and quiet in that peaceful stillness, bolstered by my trust in myself and in things unseen. I could open myself up to all the opportunities I would been overlooking when I was focusing my mind on my fears, my bottom line, and creating fear. I started to realize that by generating positive emotions, I was effortlessly contracting my spending without giving in to the fear. I wasn't hoarding my money, rather, I was simply and naturally purchasing less and feeling great about the sense of control I had over my emotions and my spendings, and my life. I started to envision a lost garden of wealth that would allow me to live the way I wanted to live. I pictured myself paying my bills easily and taking and talking on the phone to the new clients. You know, I savored the awareness that I would afford to maintain a beautiful home for my son and myself in the safe, friendly neighborhood where we lived, and I felt my happiness at knowing I could easily pay for his private schooling. I imagined myself helping clients achieve their own goal as they paid me a good, fair price of my services, allowing me to run my business smoothly and pay my excellence assistant. picturized my finances, fortune turning around and moving in the other direction up towards the sky, and experience excitement and joy as I did so. I let go my fear that I might lose all that I worked for and gave up my habits of feeling lack. I recognized that if I had been able to manifest the wealth I had in my life once, even if I lost it all, I could create it again. There was no reason to hold on the fear. If I had to sell my house, I could buy another someday, and it might be one I loved even more. If my business went under, I would be okay because I have the ability to reinvest myself, and maybe my new career would be even more um, lu- lucrative. I began to feel faith, confidence, calm, and happiness. You know, this feeling changed my vibrational energy, and I found I was starting to draw into my life the opportunity and wealth I desired. Creative ideas came to me, and I felt enthusiastic and eager to implement them. My seeds turned into the seedings, then blossomed and flourished, and before I knew it, I had a bountiful harvest again. When we hold on to the external manifestation of wealth, we and give in to our fear of losing them, we create the energy of lack and actually drive away our prosperity. Money spills through our fingers, opportunities dry up, and our resources become more deeply blurred and hidden from sight. We lose what we have because more fearful and fall deeper into the hole of want. But if we stopped ourselves and let go of our fear and our attachment to what we have right now, we opened ourselves up to building even more wealth than we ever dreamed we could have. Are you able to enjoy your money and have faith that you can increase it, or you fearful of losing it, constantly checking your bank account and worrying about tomorrow? Does the smallest downtown in your fortunes cause you to panic? Let go of your attachment to how and when your wealth will come to you. You know what you have planted. Be patient and have faith that your efforts will bear fruits. Acknowledge your skills as a gardener and be confident in your ability to train your crop. Realize fear Release fear and the need to control, then wealth will come to you naturally and easily, होइन? So यो च्याप्टरमा चाहिँ होइन, जस्ट लेट गो तपाईँहरूको अट्याचमेन्ट, होइन, तपाईँहरूले अब वेदर तपाईँको वेल्थ विल कम टु मी अर नट भन्ने कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ लेट गो गर्नु, होइन? जस्ट ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस। तपाईँ आफूमा पेसेन्स हुनु अनि फेथ, होइन, आफ्नो स्किल्सहरूमा चाहिँ अझै काम गर्नु, एन्ड देन तपाईँहरूको हुन्छ नि, तपाईँहरूले जे चाहेको त्यो चाहिँ फुलफिल हुन्छ भनेर चाहिँ भनेको छ, होइन? सो यस, आजको लागि चाहिँ यति नै, होइन? त्यति भन्दै म आजको लाइभ यही एन्ड गर्छु, र फेरि पनि म भोलि मेरो डे 2 लिएर आउने नै छु। सो टिल देन टेक केयर। जसले पनि मलाई लाइभ अथवा रिप्ले हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ, थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर यर टाइम भन्दै म आजको यो मेरो लाइभलाई चाहिँ यहीँ एन्ड गर्न चाहन्छु। थ्याङ्क यू सो मच एभ्री वान। I will end this. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.